Guys, I want to talk to you today about the XH1 from Fujifilm and why I upgraded from the XT20 to this XH1. In the start of my journey in the mirrorless system search, I've tried the Sony Alpha series, I've tried Olympus and Lumix, and while of course all of these cameras make great, you can really take great pictures with any of these cameras. What I found with Fuji is that the colors are so nice and it's so fun to shoot. There's just something different about when you have a Fuji camera in your hand compared to these other ones. A friend of mine once said that although these other cameras make good photos, the Fuji makes good memories, and that kind of stuck with me. So yeah, I really enjoy shooting with this XH1. And why did I upgrade from the XT20? Well, for me, the XT20, first off, was a little small, and that was one of the original reasons why I actually purchased it. But I ended up buying a second grip for it, actually, because I just felt it was too small in my hand. I needed a little something else. The XH1 has a beautiful ergonomic grip, even a little indentation here for your finger to nicely sit in there and let you really grab that. Plus this, I don't know what material this is, but feels really nice on your hand. So the ergonomics of this really sit well with me. The weight is not so much. I'm able to really handle this camera. On here right now I have a Tamron SP500 mirror lens, weighs about 600 grams. This camera weighs about 600 grams, and together, this is totally manageable. So the weight is not a problem here. Yeah, I think for me though, the biggest reason why I chose the XH1 was the in-body stabilization. I really love to shoot with adapted glass, and I found with lenses such as this, the 500mm mirror lens, which I absolutely love. You can find videos about wildlife kits, some photo samples, some video samples. I really love this lens, and you'll find in those videos why. But anyway, with the XT20, I shot a lot with it, and I was able to get some really good photos. You might see them here. But it really forced me to always shoot about, 1/500th of a second or even faster to really get these photos sharp. And what that made me do was really pump up the ISO. And, I couldn't really shoot towards the evenings with this lens, and that was a bummer. So with the XH1 having that stabilization, I can now shoot at 1/100th of a second, maybe even a little slower if what I'm shooting isn't moving. And that allows me to really spare my ISO and shoot later into the days or start earlier. And when I do have faster shutter speeds, it really guarantees that my photos will be sharp, and that's pretty cool. So I really love that in-body stabilization. Also, the whole thing is weather resistant, and that's really cool. I actually left my XT20 at home on a canoe trip because I was just afraid that it would get some water on it, and yeah, unfortunately I missed the opportunity there to take some cool photos, and now I don't really need to worry about that. So that's great. Another good thing is this electronic viewfinder. It's amazing. This eye cup is huge. It feels really good on the eye. I also wear glasses from time to time, and it works great with glasses. It's big and bright. It's bigger than the XT20s. One of the best electronic viewfinders I've ever experienced. Yeah, with the XT20 you have this little kind of circle here. You don't even have a rubber eye cup there. I actually 3D printed something that would go into the lens, the hot shoe here, and would, yeah, whatever. I actually adapted another rubber eyepiece to the XT20 just because it was missing that, and that's something that, you have to take the effort to add it on if you actually want that. Yeah, so XH1 has that for you. It's a little more professionally made there. On top you have these great dedicated dials, one for ISO, which again I love. This is really good for me. This little button actually locks it, and then it's there. So you got the ISO wheel here, you got a shutter speed wheel here. Typically I just keep it in T, and I actually use this dial just because it's perfect on my thumb when I'm shooting. But yeah, everyone might have their personal preference on that one. On here they're kind of like actually dual function dials. So let's say if we lock them down, you can see here now I'm changing my autofocus, so I can do you know, full shot, I can do single point, area, what have you. Over here I can do single shot, low burst, medium, high burst, bracketing, in video, and on the other side we have some different filters, things like that, in-camera panorama, which is also pretty cool. This bracketing option is pretty great. I just updated the firmware, and what we have now is focus bracketing. We also have exposure bracketing, things like this, but focus bracketing is pretty cool. I mean, now you can slap a macro lens on this thing as long as it has an autofocus motor that the camera can control, and it can, you know, you can do 100-shot focus stacks if you want. And also really cool with landscape. You know, you get that foreground in focus, and then also get the back in focus. So pretty cool function there. Video is something I didn't really think about when I bought this lens, but camera, but it's something that is actually pretty cool, and I'm really getting more and more into it. So you can shoot an F-log if you're a videographer, and you can, you know, color grade your own videos, but also has some great profiles like Eterna. You know, the guys from DP Review even said, like, if you want to do a quick video project shooting in Eterna, you really don't need to change anything. It's kind of like you shoot it and it's already kind of cool. So that's a great feature there. Also shoots 30 frames per second, 4K, which, I mean, hey, that's great. And in 1080, you can shoot up to 120 frames per second, which really allows you to do some cool slow-mo shots, you know, birds taking out of trees, or just, I mean, the first videos I shot were just of raindrops falling on a railing, and it was so cool to just watch them hit, ripple out, you know, little water droplets going on the railing. So slow-mo is kind of a cool function there, and with that in-body stabilization together, you can really make some smooth videos handheld. I mean, I pretty much do everything handheld, and the stabilization in this camera really allows me to do that, whereas before with the XT20, yeah, I mean, you could tell I was hand-holding things, whereas this, you really can't tell. So it looks as if I'm on a gimbal professionally panning. So very cool. I really like this XH1. I think it's well built and worth it. So that's the story. I hope this helped you, just my thoughts on it, and that is why I made the leap. Thanks for watching. If this helped you out, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, 2 thumbs down. Subscribe, guys. I have lots of videos coming out, which you probably see by all these flying links here. Yeah, and looking forward to hearing what you have to say in the comments, whether you upgraded, why you didn't upgrade it, if you like the XT2 or 3 even better. Yeah, what your thoughts are. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.